As we start.
Okay, guys, today I'm going to cover the remaining portion of business analytics. Okay, so we are done with this business modeling. So far, this was the model which is used, and from current state to future state, we need to make a to be process model. Okay, so here the main thing is that this is the purpose of business modeling. Okay, so for doing that we have to perform gap analysis. Okay, what is that? This gap analysis, this is your current performance level and this is your desired performance level. Okay, this is time and this is performance on the drawn on the x-axis and power on the y-axis respectively. And if we know that this distance between the desired performance level and current performance level is quantified measurably reasonably. Okay, that is there is a reasonable distance, okay, which can need to be taken into consideration, then obviously we will do business modeling. That is whatever be your current state needs to be promoted to the future state. Okay, that is the purpose of business modeling, and that is how we draw out whether we do business modeling for the current state for a for betterment of my organization, of my project, of my product or not. Okay, so for the business modeling, you need some kind of principles like you have to know the domain and user variation. Okay, that is when you are trying to develop a business model, it will frequently reveal areas of disagreement or confusion between the stakeholders, and the business analyst will need to document the following variations in the as-is model. Okay, and so multiple work units need to be performed for the same function. Okay, and multiple users perform the same work. Okay, different stakeholders may to do similar work differently. Okay, the variation may be the result of different skill sets and approach of different business units, or the result of different need or external stakeholder serviced by the enterprise. Okay, so and the main thing is that resolution mechanism. Okay, so the business analyst should document whether the to be solution will be will accommodate the inconsistencies in the current business model, or whether the solution will require standardization. Okay, stakeholders need to determine which approach to follow. Okay, so the to be model will reflect their decision. These are the guidelines whatever I have discussed. So what is descriptive analytics? Okay, so there are different types of analytics. First, we deal with descriptive analytics. Okay, so descriptive analytics is commonly used to is a commonly used form of data analysis whereby historical data, okay, that is past data, is collected, organized, and then presented in a way that it is easily understood. Okay, so descriptive analytics is focused only on what has already happened in a business, and unlike other methods of analysis, it's not used to draw inference or predictions from its findings. Okay, so we are not drawing out any solution. Okay, that is on any prediction, any kind of inference or conclusion. We are not drawing out for descriptive analytics because that is the part of predictive analytics. Like when you are dealing with machine learning algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression, then this kind of predictions come into place. But here what happened, here whatever data you are given, you have to draw some sort of chart, you have to draw some sort of calculation, tabular, you can draw some tabular format or pie chart or bar chart, whatever you want to do. Based on that, you can gather the data in such a way and represent them in such a way so that you can easily understand what has happened in your organization in different process, in in collecting revenue or in generating revenue. What are the features affect or what are the features create a huge impact or low impact in your business process or in making profit out of your business. So this is what descriptive analytics deals with. Okay. So here we need to use just simple math and statistical tools like mean, median, okay, percentage, percentile, quartile. Okay, these are the things. Okay, we don't need to do some huge algorithm applications. Okay. So what it tells, it tells business metrics are decided. Well, that metrics means whether you are taking mean, median, mode, or whatever, quartile, percentile, whatever the whatever metrics you are you are using to quantify the characteristics that is termed to be as business metrics. Okay, then the data required is identified in descriptive analytics. That is obviously your historical or past data of what has happened in current organization or in in the current state. Okay, so this data is collected and prepared. Preparation of data is very important. Just wait. Sorry, I have to receive a call. That's why I just mute my sound. Okay, so then the data collection and preparation is an important task, because when you, it is very important task. Okay, because when you are given some sort of data, it may be in raw data format. Okay, so you have to do one thing, that is you have to understand that is maybe they will not be arranged or ordered. Okay, they have no meaningful things. You have to make them ordered or meaningful. Okay, you have to categorize them to a particular column. Okay, so how can you do that? This is very important, and for that you have to use programming knowledge, obviously you can use regular expression packets like regex, and you can use web scraping, or you can use different types of tools for that purpose. And then you have to know how to deal with missing values, or some junk values, how you can treat those junk values. And that's how you have to prepare an Excel sheet, or your database, you have to prepare in this way. Okay, you have to prepare your data, and that is very important task. If you don't know how to prepare your data, you cannot draw any any calculation, or any good tabular format representation, or any bar chart representation. You can never do that. Okay, okay, so the data is then analyzed. Okay, analyzed means you have to use those mathematical and statistical tools for analysis. Okay, and then that data is presented in tabular format or in graphical format. Okay, so these are the things. Now some examples of descriptive analytics. Look at those examples of descriptive analytics. So you can understand the examples that is summarizing past events such as sales and operations, data or marketing campaigns. Okay, social media usage, and your engagement data such as Instagram or Facebook likes. Okay, and reporting general trends. Okay, collating survey results. Okay, so these are the things. Understood? Sorry. Now just look. at this diagnostic analytics part. Diagnostic analytics describes the techniques you will use to ask your data. Okay, that is why did this happen. In descriptive, what has happened is depicted through charts and graphs, but here, why did this happen needs to be checked, needs to be examined. Okay, so you can say it just doing a dive into your data to search for valuable insights. Okay, so diagnostic analysis takes a step what I have told, that descriptive analytics is a simpler process that has that deals with what has already happened, and diagnostic analytics takes it a step further to uncover the reasoning behind certain results. Okay, so you can say diagnostic analysis is usually performed using such techniques such as data discovery, okay, drill down, okay, data mining, correlations, okay. This is how in the discovery process you can say analysts identify the data sources that will help them interpret the results. Okay, and drilling down involves focusing on a certain facet of the data or a particular visit. Okay, so this is drilling down. Okay, and data mining is an automated process to get information from a massive set of raw data. Okay, and finding consistent correlations in your data can help you pinpoint the parameters of the investigations. Okay, so diagnostic analytics example you can say here. Okay, like a dramatic rise in sales during a particular period or season. Okay, so here you need to check those, and once you have identified the issue, you can set up your analysis. Okay, so I am citing one example. Suppose in an HR department, the HR wants to analyze its employees' performance. Okay, based on quarterly performance level. Okay, so and quarterly performance level, absenteeism. And overtime hours per week. Based on these factors, he want to evaluate the employee's performance. Okay, so you if you want to do some kind of exploration, data exploration, and look for correlations in your data, then then the HR employee performance dashboard is formed for a high level customizable and real time analysis for measuring employees time and performance. Okay, so this is the case. Okay, and for cyber security purpose, you have to do this kind of diagnostic analytics, obviously. Okay, because where do you measure other objectives like response? That is, suppose you have to find out you have to discover the correlation between security rating and the number of incidents for such a number of incidents where the cyber security becomes a concern. Okay, for and so or you measure other objectives such as response teamwork. Okay, compared to the average time to resolution. Okay, is how much teamwork, how much effort is put for and how much time it takes to resolve the problem. Okay, so so your organization can use these results to plan preventive actions for the locations that are considered to be at risk. Okay, so that's how you can provide cyber security. So using diagnostic analytics. So these are the some examples where diagnostic analytics is used for finding out the root cause or the factors involved and what are the risk involved for which factor. Okay, or what conditions are create an impact. Okay, for a positive change or for some all on a sudden rise in sale. Okay, or for some negative decline. Okay, so what is predictive analytics? While descriptive analytics focuses on historical data, predictive analytics, as its name implies, is focused on predicting and understanding what could happen in the future. Okay, what could happen in the future? These are the examples: e-commerce, sales, human resource, IT security, healthcare. Here you can see predictive analytics is hugely used, and so I am just explaining a little bit further about predictive analytics, how it works. So predictive analytics is based on probabilities. It is very important word, probability. Okay, you know, probability is defined to be as chances of occurring of an event or a set of events. Chances of occurring. Okay, chance of occurrences of an event or a set of events is probability. Okay, so predictive analytics is based on probabilities. When I'm saying what could happen, obviously the probability term comes into picture. Okay, what could happen in the future obviously comes with the term probability. Okay, that is something maybe possible or not possible, needs to be measured. Okay, so using a variety of techniques such as data mining, statistical modeling. Okay, and that is you have to draw some mathematical relationship between variables to predict outcome. Okay, and machine learning algorithms like classification, regression, clustering techniques are used for predictive analytics, are used as predictive analytical tools to which can just help in forecasting possible future outcomes and the likelihood of those events. That is how much likelihood means how much chances are there. Okay, how that is the that needs to be measured in percentage. Okay, that is, yes, I can say 65% chance that head will when you flip a coin, head will come. and 35% chance that tail will come. So how can you say that? So that is your likelihood of events. So this is the case. And focus possible future outcome means that it will just show either tail and head and nothing else for an unbiased coin. So these are the things, and likelihood is percentage that this event happens with with that much surety, and that event does not happen with that much uncertainty. Okay, you can say that. That is likelihood. So to me, make predictions, machine learning algorithms, for example, take existing data and attempt to fill in the missing data with the best possible guesses. Okay. Okay. So these are the things. Okay. So here I want to know, like you can say credit scoring using social and environmental analysis is an example of predictive analytics, or you can say shorting the digital medical image such as x-rays to automate predictions for doctors to use when diagnosing the patients. Okay, the x-ray images need to be undergone through deep learning algorithms which just automate predictions, okay, for the doctors to diagnose the patients having what type of damage in their neurological system. Okay. So there are some advantages of predictive analytics. Okay. What are those? It could efficiency. Okay, it could focused inventory. Okay, so management system. So thus you can enhance efficiency of your inventory. Okay, and inventory and also customer service, which can help a company gain a better understanding of who their customers are and what they want in order to tailor recommendations. Okay, and fraud detection and prevention, you can say. Okay. Risk reduction in finance industry might mean improved candidate screening, okay, for any kind of loan giving or investment making purpose. This risk needs to be minimized or optimized if you can predict your data very much well using this predictive analytics. Okay, using some sort of predictive analytical tools. Okay. Suppose whatever I have told you, the example where we see the use of predictive analytics, that is in e-commerce. Okay, like predicting customer preference. Okay, and recommending products to customers based on past purchase and search history. Okay, predicting the likelihood that the customer will purchase another product or leave the store. That is the purpose in sales. Okay. uh, Sometimes some kind of combo offer is made based on that. Okay. This is one sort of you can say market basket analysis. Okay. So again, in human resource, detecting if employees are thinking of quitting and then persuading them to stay. Okay, they want to leave their job. Okay, they want to switch to some other organization, but how can you resist them? And how can you persuade them to stay. So this is another use of predictive analytics. And then IT security means identify all possible security breaches that require further investigation. Healthcare in predicting staff and resource needs that are, and also some sort of medical treatment while diagnosing patients. Okay, what sort of treatment needs to be given for betterment of patients. So for that purpose, in healthcare, predictive analytics is largely used. Okay. So what is prescriptive analytics? So descriptive analytics done, diagnostic done, predictive done, now prescriptive. What is prescriptive? If descriptive analytics tells you what has happened and predictive analytics tells you what could happen, then prescriptive analytics tells you what should be done. Okay, what should be done. Okay, that is some kind of prescription written by a doctor. Okay, that is prescriptive analytics. That is, you have to follow this kind of, you have to take this sort of medicines from this time to this, from this period of time, and or in the early morning, in the at bedtime. Okay, when you are going to sleep at night, whatever food, whatever exercise you have to do during this time when you are ill. So doctor will prescribe some sort of prescription for the patient. So this is the same kind of thing prescriptive analytics deals with. That is what should be done for the amelioration, for the betterment of your organization, of the of your project, of your product, for your human resource. Okay, for the effective use of resources, for the building of future state to be model. Okay, you need to do this kind, you need to adopt these prescriptive analytics. Yeah. So what are the examples of prescriptive analytics where this prescriptive analytics used? Oil and manufacturing sector, healthcare, insurance, pharmaceutical research. Okay, so just look this figure, look at this figure. This is analytics approach abound. First come descriptive, then diagnostic, then we have done predictive analytics, and then come prescriptive analytics, and then we will move on to cognitive analytics. So these are the main five. So whatever I've taught you, just I'm giving you 5 minutes. Just try to understand these concepts. If you have any question, ask me. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. So look, this prescriptive analytics. So you all have no questions, huh? Up to that. Okay, so I'm moving on. So if the descriptive analytics tells you what has happened, and predictive analytics tells you what could happen. Prescriptive analytics tells you what should be done. Okay, so uh, so here any business in this business analysis process and the one that calls business to action, okay, helping executives and operational employees make the best possible decisions based on data available to them. Okay, so you can say this is just to recommend the best possible course of actions for a business. Okay, and here uh, the main thing is that it requires much more specialized analytics knowledge to perform, and for this reason it is rarely used in day-to-day business operations. Okay, so it is not required for day-to-day business operations. It is for when you are doing some kind of model improvement, okay, then or some sort of change in your business process course, then you need to do these kind of prescriptive analytics. Okay, um, so I want to tell you one thing. There is a misbelief that predictive analytics and machine learning are the same thing. This is not true. Okay, predictive analytics looks at the historical data using statistical techniques, using some statistical techniques or tools to make predictions about the future. But machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that refers to the ability of a computer system to understand large, often huge amount of data without explicit directions. Okay, and while doing so adapt and become increasingly smarter, that is automate the process. Okay, without any explicit directions, he will just try to train itself from the amount of data. Okay, drawing out some pattern with the data were given to, with the data fed to the system. Okay, so that is how by time it will become increasingly smarter. That is machine learning. Okay, but predictive analytics is not the same thing like machine learning. Predictive analytics is just predictions for future. Okay, so if someone says predictive analytics and machine learning are same, so you will say no. So here in prescriptive analytics, I have to tell you something that is in prescriptive analytics, when used effectively, provide invaluable insights in order to make the best possible database decisions to optimize the business performance. However, as with the we know that predictive analytics requires large amounts of data to produce useful results. Okay, which is not always available. Okay, and ML algorithms on which this analysis often relies, that is prescriptive analytics obviously relies on some ML algorithms. Okay, cannot always account for all external variables. Okay, cannot take into account all very external variables. So the use of ML dramatically reduces the possibility of human error. Okay, you know, that is when you are using some ML, the algorithm, that obviously reduces the possibility of human error. So this is the thing that is prescriptive analytics is obviously using when it will be fed with large volume of data, then it can give you a very much effective solution. Okay. Suppose in oil and manufacturing, it will just tracking the fluctuation price. Okay. And in manufacturing, improvement, equipment management, maintenance, price modeling, production, storage, healthcare, improving patient care and healthcare administration. Okay, by evaluating the success rates of readmission and the cost effectiveness of procedures. Okay, in insurance, assessing risk in regard to pricing and premium information for clients. Pharmaceutical research, identifying the best testing and patient group for clinical trials. Okay. Suppose using GPS technology, you want to find out the shortest route. Okay, so this is one sort of use of prescriptive analytics. Okay, so just go through this. What is cognitive analytics? Cognitive analytics simulates the human thought process, okay, to learn from the data and extract the hidden pattern from data. Okay, it applies the human-like intelligence to text, such as extracting the full summary of the text rather than individual words. Understood? And this is the area where cognitive analytics matters: social services, environment, public safety. Cognitive computing is highly dependent upon the deep learning and neural network. Okay. The structure of the human brain influences the neural network. It is made of neurons connected with the weighted interconnections. Okay. And weighted means it will given priority. Okay, to some connections. This deep learning neural network consists of multiple layers of neurons. Okay, and learning will take place when the weights updated between this interconnection of weights. Okay, these weights which are assigned to these neurons need to be updated. Okay, so this learning is composed of mainly three phases: understanding the natural language and human interactions, generating and evaluating the evidence-based hypothesis. Hypothesis is what? When you want a claim to be true on certain uh, assumptions. Okay, on certain assumptions you want, you are saying that your claim is to be true, so that is hypothesis. So it will obviously evaluate the evidence based hypothesis. Okay, and adapting and learning from user selections and responses. Okay, that is obviously from the data and the hidden pattern inside the data. Okay. This is how cognitive analytics work. So what are the benefits? First is customer engagement. It will improve customer service, personalized customer user experience, increase customers engagement, enable the faster response to customer or market needs, and productivity and efficiency needs to be improved. Okay, improve decision making and planning, improve security and compliance. Okay, reduce cost, reduce and enhance the learning experience. Business growth is expanded. Okay, expanded ecosystem, expanded business into new markets, and accelerated innovation of new products or and services. Okay, so these are the things. Which are very much important, as cognitive analytics provide such benefits to all of us. So So in social service, with the use of cognitive technology, insight extracted from the data set, this further helps in building the personalized service plans and understand the vulnerability from a microscopic view. Okay, so it also provides better provisions for uh, protecting the customer, protecting the social social site users, or whatever the groups who are engaged in different types of social working sites from risk. Okay, and environment, with the growing impact of human and natural of the on the natural world, there is a need to protect it for future generation. Okay, uh, cognitive analytics helps in dealing with fundamental problems such as climate change, food availability, water, and energy. Okay. Therefore, the government can be able to point out the sources of pollution more effectively. It also helps to determine the anomalies or problem areas, which further decrease the deforestation and track urbanization. Okay. Mitigate diseases and better control the ecosystem. Okay, this is how cognitive analytics matters in environmental, as in environmental field. Okay, and different aspects like climate change, food availability, water, and energy resource. Okay, in public safety, by using cognitive technology, better insights are extracted to achieve better situational awareness. Therefore, new capabilities are introduced, such as combating epidemics, managing disasters, fighting for the crime. Okay, so this is the case. So how can we enable best how can you enable cognitive analytics in best way? So use the full range of calculations for distributions of data, and and considering of the data outliers. That is, outliers means any odd extreme value. Okay, you have to standardize your data points for if outliers present in your data set. Report noise within the data set. Okay, that is junk values. Analyzing and visualizing the data to determine complexity. Okay, slicing the data set. Okay, reviewing practical significance. Okay, that is, you have to do evidence based hypothesis and significance testing. Okay, examination of consistency of data over time. Okay, that is by the over a period of time the data may not may remain same, so you have to examine that thing also. Cognitive analytics tools like natural language processing, deep learning, NLP, rule based NLP. Okay, this is the thing, open NLP. Now come to drill down and drill through analysis with examples. Okay, so just go through this, drill down and drill through. So just look, drill down and drill through analysis. Let's say user explore multidimensional data. Okay, the operations enable a user to detail the data. Okay, there is no need to change visualization form. Okay, okay. Both operations contribute to the health and holistic analysis and complex reporting. Okay. In drill down analysis, users click on certain data representations to disclose deeper levels of it. Okay, that is summary of data. In comparison with the drill down report, which let's work only with a certain visualization form, drill through report makes it possible to guide through the data within absolutely diverse visualization type. Okay, it will lead to different type of visualization. Okay, different types of reports can be generated, and it will just go to one. And in drill down, you just go to one deeper level for just on one click you are getting a aggregate report or summary data. But here that is it will just that is on one click it will just lead to you a certain visualization form. But in drill through report, you can, it is possible to guide your data within absolute diverse visualization type. Okay. Just wait for 2 minutes. Now come to this comparative and scientific analysis. So This type of analysis simply compares one or more data sets to determine their consistency with one another. It can involve a statistical test called correlation, which is a quantitative figure measuring the interdependence of variables, okay, by visually observing the trends, okay, that is measure the change in that quantity through time. In the time series, we can determine if the data sets have a consistency or not, okay. So if the trend is maintained, we can say the data is consistent. If the trend is fluctuating, so I can say data is inconsistent, okay. Data becomes inconsistent over a period of time when the item is fluctuating, when the trend is fluctuating with the change of time, okay. This is the main thing. So here the just I need to compare using some scientific tools and scientific calculations, okay. Two or more data sets to bring out comparison between them, and to examine whether they are consistent with each other or not, okay. Suppose you are given two types of sales report, okay. So first for the month June, another for the month July. So if these two data sets need to be measured through correlation test, and check the interdependence level of the variables is high, and there is no such fluctuating trend, obviously some sort of consistent positive change, trend or negative trend is shown with the in the time series graph, then you can say yes, these two after comparison, these two data sets, one is the sales of June and another one is the sales report of July, are consistent with each other. That is what comparative and scientific analysis deals with, okay. Then come to this tactical strategy, okay. So now we know there are three types of strategy, like strategic, tactical, operational. In the last session we have just touched a little bit, but I told you that I will deal with these things further. So these are the tactical strategy definition. Here, obviously, these tactics in tactical means obviously tactics comes first into your mind, okay. And obviously tactics and time both are related with each other, because at what point of time which tactic needs to be taken, which tactics need to be adopted for effective use, okay, to meet your purpose, that is important, okay. That is how you have to draw out tactics. So tactics involve time, okay. Tactics involve time, situations, local conditions, okay. That is situations. Tactics change often, okay. Tactics are ruled by doctrine, okay. Doctrines means a set of beliefs, a set of rules and beliefs are formed together, okay. So what is the difference between tactical and strategic analysis? Just go through this part. That is what are the differences between tactical and strategic analysis. I'm giving you a little bit time for that to try to understand. Okay, so strategic refers to what and why the business chooses to do something. Okay, and tactical refers to how they plan to accomplish it. Okay, so here you can say strategic thinking, planning, and actions are rooted in a company's ability to understand the environment they operate within and recognize the developing pattern trends within the industry. Okay. Anticipate issues that may arise within the current operating environment and outcomes of planned initiatives and how they might impact the company's direction and develop sound fallback plans to mitigate the risk of a miscalculation. Okay, so strategic planning is in a particular deals with the mission and purpose of the organization. Okay, its value proposition, that is what value it delivers to the customer. Okay, as well as the company's future direction and growth. Okay, and practical refers to how the company or manager plans to get the job done. How? Okay, or achieve the particular strategic objective. That is how they achieve the particular strategic objective. Okay, so tactical thinking and planning considers the resource available. That is, resource means here time, money, people mainly. Okay, so the people means HR resource. Okay, so along with the risk of challenge or risks or challenge that may be encountered and determines the most efficient way, you can say, to use those resources, that is optimize the use of resources to achieve those strategic goals. So here you have to learn how to use your resources in an optimized manner. Okay, no, so to achieve strategic goals while delivering quality results. Okay, so this is the thing. So you can say strategic is doing the right things, tactical is doing the things right. Okay, strategic is doing the right things, that is trying to arrive at best possible business decision. Okay, but tactical is doing things right. Tactical is doing things right means tactical is whatever be the conditions you are having, it may not be good, it may not be best. Okay, it may be average or below average, but you have to make your things, try to use your resources as much best as possible. Okay, that is in an optimized way, you have to do the things right with whatever condition you are having. That so tactical is very important. Okay, because it is not possible to have all the best resources at one point of time. You may have average kind of resources or below average resources, but if you can nourish them properly, if you can use them properly, okay, if you use your resource in particular area in particular, so all the scopes of your business get covered, so that may obviously give you very fruitful result. Okay, so it is not possible for an organization, mainly for the tier 2 tier 3 organization, to acquire all possible best resources. So their main concentration is always on making best tactical strategy. Okay, that is tactical planning. Okay. So, so what are the differences between these tactical and strategic? First is serve different purpose. I am just elaborating this thing. I'm excited to let you all understand what are these points actually mean. That is serve different purposes means one of that is in case of strategic intelligence helps an organization to look outward. That is, its primary purpose is to give users information that help form policy. Okay. Tactical intelligence, on the other hand, looks primarily at the current situation. Okay, and gives users the information they need to carry out existing policy initiatives. Okay. So present versus future. Strategic intelligence gives an organization a look at the future in order to discern emerging trends and patterns. And here by discern means discriminate the emerging trends and patterns by giving decision makers an opportunity to see the future possibilities and a range of probable outcomes based on the available choices. You can say strategic intelligence helps an organization you can say the strategic intelligence helps an organization to correct the course before, that is amendment of amendment the courses of process before the need for course correction becomes critical. Okay, so uh, tactical intelligence, on the other hand, deals with the here and how, here and now. But strategic decisions have led the organization to its current state. Okay, so tactical decisions now enable decision makers to interpret tasks and initiatives to take advantage of current opportunities and to redirect resources as needed. Okay. So generalists versus specialists. So strategic intelligence is an organization in an organization tend to be generalists responsible for overall planning and making the big decisions that create and define the organization's future. Okay. In business such as generalists are generally the company's board of directors and chief executive officer. Okay, CFO, COO, CIO. Okay, users of tactical intelligence in an organization tend to be specialists with a primary responsibility in a specific area. Okay, sales managers, for instance, operating with an understanding of strategies already in place, devise ways to maximize the effectiveness of those strategies with tactical operational decisions. Okay, where to deploy the sales force most efficiently, how to improve sales results. Okay, where improvement is needed, how to incentivize the sales force. Okay, that is how to give them incentives. Okay, and how to incentivize the sales force in such a way to reach a quarterly goal, and how to structure sales rewards to achieve the maximum effect with the resource available to the organization. Okay, so the degrees of data granularity in strategic intelligence doesn't necessarily require highly granular data. Okay, data that is data mind and discriminated in the greatest detail. Okay, you don't need to do that in strategic, but in tactical intelligence usually require higher granularity and sometimes the highest available granularity of the data. Okay, so this kind of data granularity that might benefit a regional sales manager by allowing him to see all the intelligence related sales data for his own organization and for competing organizations. Okay, and it could reduce its value to a national sales manager who needs to have an accurate overview of how each region's performance ranks with all other regions. Okay, so an overview of strategic relatively low granularity for each region allows the intelligence to be understood quickly. You don't need to mine your data or discriminate your data too much for strategic intelligence. Okay. So initiation versus reaction. Strategic intelligence gives users the information needed to create a new initiative that carries the organization forward. Okay. Tactical intelligence gives users the information needed to correct or improve the effectiveness of its current operation. Okay. So here you can say strategic deals with initiation and tactic deals with reaction, because in boardroom directors, the what they just craft broad initiatives. Okay, production, marketing, planning, human resource, finance, and plant facility managers. Plant facilities managers need tactical information to help them execute actions related to their specific areas of responsibility. Since by uh, definition, tactical intelligence deals with existing situation, so it tends to be reactive to suggest how something ongoing in the present can be made better. Okay. And strategic intelligence is just to give is just to inform the users that a new initiative has been created, that the organization is likely to carry forward. Okay. So how this operational planning fits? So operation planning links strategic and tactical goals. Okay. More closely related to tactical intelligence than strategic. Okay. So operational planning is concerning the how of moving forward in a given operational time period, risk and scope. Okay. And a company specializing in risk management. Okay, proposes the operational planning should answer these questions, should answer four questions. Well, where are we now? Where do we want to be? How do we get there? How do we measure our progress? So just keep these four things always in your mind. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? How do we get there? How do we measure our progress? Okay. Just try to understand what I have taught you. I'm giving you few minutes. So you can say strategic in strategic planning. Focuses on long-term big picture plan. Okay, and it involves company brand, market penetration tactics. Okay, like strategy and the operational planning is very much focused on day-to-day process. It involves communication process, manufacturing process, and the nuts and bolts operations to make the business run. Okay, and the tactical planning is much different from the latter two methods. In the tactical phase, the business is responding to immediate realities. Okay, a business seeking a contract against other competitors must build a proposal using a tactical advantage. Okay. So here what requires that is differentiating the offering from the other competition by offering a lower price point or a more customized premium service. Okay, so this is the main thing. So you can say the tactical planning does not last for a very long period of time. It just it is just it just work for a short term business plan that may last a few months or even a year. Okay, so how to implement this tactical planning? Okay, so time is the of the essence of our tactical planning. Okay, and decision must be made rather quickly. So we can say we can say in business a decision making process are often well defined and operational procedures are followed. Okay. So implementing a tactical a plan will help to identify opportunities and pivot them as necessary. Okay. So I am telling you some common tactical plans. Okay. So tactical planning is exceptionally common among departments that are performance driven. Okay. So you can say static job roles with recurring tasks like bookkeeping and production rarely require a tactical plan because consistent is the highest value outcome in these job roles. Okay. So in the sales and executive world, tactical decisions are very common. An executive makes decisions like buying and selling assets that are tactical in nature. For example, an executive might sell a piece of company-owned real estate and use the income or to hire a short-term workforce to double production for the holiday season. This is a short-term tactical move that can pay off if the returns exceed the value of the investment. Okay. So there are some different types of information at different levels within an organization. Planning, control, and decision making is carried out at various levels within the structure of the organization. Okay, so the three levels at which the information can be used are strategic, tactical, and operational. And there is a direct correlation between the level of importance of individuals or groups within the organization and the level of information that is being communicated. Understood? That is the importance of individuals or groups within the organization uh, to which this information is shared, and the level of information that is being communicated are correlated. Okay, so what are those levels? Strategic, tactical, and operational. Okay, so I'm dealing with that things. So strategic information is used at the very top level of management within an organization. Okay, these are chief executives or directors who have to make decisions for the long term. Okay, so strategic information is broad-based and will use a mixture of information gathered for both internal and external sources. Okay, from both internal and external sources, they will gather information. Okay, in general, a time scale may be 1 to 5 years or even longer, depending on your project. Okay, some oil-related projects are planned from the outset to last 25 or more years. Okay, a supermarket building on a new superstore will look at a time scale of 20 years or so. So within a while even a small business may have a 5-year strategy. Uh, so strategic plans will have little or no detail in them, and more detailed strategic plans will be made slightly lower down in the managerial ladder. Okay. Those strategic plans will be easier to flesh out lower down than a poor or vague strategic plan. Okay. So what is tactical information? The next level of info down to is the next level down the strategic level is the tactical level, and tactical planning and decision making takes place within the guidelines set by the strategic plan. Okay, because strategic plan already determines some sort of policies and guidelines for the organization. So within that, it has to work. Tactical information will be mostly internal with a few external sources being used, where while strategic deals with external and internal both type of resources for gathering information. But here in for tactical information gathers information mostly from internal side, and few external resources resources are used. Internal information is likely to be function related, like how much downtime in a production line must allocate for plant maintenance. Okay. Technical information is used by middle management employees when managing or planning projects. Okay. So the time scale is usually at least between 6 months and 5 years, depending on the scale of the strategy product. Okay. So circumstances vary, but a small project may have a typical time scale of between 1 and 6 months, even a year. Okay. So tactical plans have a medium level of detail and will be very specific. They deal with such matters and who is doing what and within what specific budgets and time scales. Okay, that is resource need to be optimized, resource allocated, what type of job role, and what is the cost, and what is the duration, that is deadline of the project. Okay, these plans have medium scope and will address details at the operational level. Okay. So tactical plans will generally have specific objectives and be geared towards implementation by operational level employees. Okay. So if you want your tactical plans to be effective, you need to work on operational level. So the lowest level is operational in an organization, and operational planning takes place based on the tactical plans. Okay, the lowest level of management or workers in an organization, that is laborers or other staff in an organization, implements the operational plans, or these are maybe section leaders or in workers such as shop assistants, waiting staff, kitchen staff. Okay, and smaller business where there is no supervisor layered. Okay, the time scale is usually very short, anything from immediately daily or at most a week or month. Okay, results of operational work will usually be passed upwards to let the tactical plans not evaluate their plans. Okay. So I am just explaining this. What I have told, their tactics involves timing. Like, businesses employ a variety of tactics daily for short-term gain. Okay, sale on an item that a competitor carries can work to take the advantage of a company by winning over new customers. Okay. Decision to centralize stuff to save money on clerical support can be a tactic to reduce cost. Okay. Mm, to save so that more money can be put into an advertisement campaign. Okay, so these examples show the day-to-day nature of tactics. Okay, and tactics relate to local conditions. So I have already told you. So tactics are adjustments a company makes to local conditions. So okay, when a sudden demand springs up in an area, nimble company may employ a tactic to meet that demand, such an advertising campaign and attracting short-term pricing. If a competitor goes out of business, a company can use tactic of welcoming a competitor's expired coupons and offering to meet its prices. Okay. Now, obviously, the rate of change for tactics is much faster than for long-term goals. So tactics that don't work can be abandoned almost immediately. Okay, that is, if your tactics are not working, you cannot abandon them. Um, uh, that is that are effective may only last as long as the conditions permit. Okay, while the company sticks to its long-term goals, the tactics it uses may be discarded often. Okay, so you have to bring you have to frame your tactics under the guidelines of strategic plan. Okay, whatever strategic plans has formed policy or regulations for the organization. So keeping those rules and policies in your mind, you have to frame tactics. So you cannot discard them. You cannot discard these strategic plans. So tactics need to be discarded often if the company wants to stick with the long term goals. Okay. That is why you need to change tactics often. Okay, and a company must establish guidelines to govern the use of tactics. So this is nothing but doctrine. So unethical moves can easily be eliminated by a sound doctrine, and so can actions that can take actions that can harm the public. Okay. Now look at the ad hoc reporting and analysis part. That is efficiently access the organizational data and work with that data on a self-service basis. Okay. And it allows users to extract insights from a smaller extraction of data. Okay, on an as needed basis to answer a single business query. Okay, so just go through these benefits of ad hoc analysis and reporting. Okay. Guys, today I don't want to continue further topics, but I want to learn from all of you. Have you all installed MySQL database and Apache Tomcat?
No,
Shiva
ma'am.
installed Apache.
Ma'am, this is actually my first class.
Anuj,
Yes, ma'am.
I have asked the question, Seema, but you have answered to me. You're answering to me, so just let me know whether you have installed MySQL and Apache Tomcat.
No, ma'am, I haven't installed. I don't know how to
Just
install it.
install. You can
My
visit YouTube and you just try to learn the guidelines how to install. Okay.
okay. I have installed Anaconda
From
also.
the site. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you can just search on Google, you will get the download link. Okay. Seema, have
Okay.
you installed Apache Tomcat and MySQL? Shima, Nirjar.
No, ma'am.
So install Apache Tomcat and MySQL. Okay. Ujjal,
Okay.
have you installed?
No, ma'am.
So just install both of them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Shima, have you installed? Shima has not responded to me. Okay. So Sandeep, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm there.
So you can stop recording. Okay. I don't want to continue further today because
Okay, okay.
you can understand all these topics create a very